door now 61 degrees and dry in Albuquerque, winds southeast at around 7 miles an hour. And much of the metro area is sitting in the 60s, but South Santa Fe pretty warm, 78 degrees right now. And where else do we have 70s? Well, we've got them in Tucumcari. We also have them in Roswell and in Carlsbad this morning. The rest of us sitting mainly in the 50s and 60s for your early Wednesday morning. And a lot of us dealing with calm winds, but you are going to see a bit of a breeze already this morning in Ruidoso. Winds 20 miles an hour, 29 mile an hour winds right now out of the south and west in Clayton. And as we go through the day, winds will be sustained 10 to 30 miles an hour. We'll look for gusts up to 35 miles an hour, but we're not looking at the sustained 35 to 40 mile an hour winds like we had yesterday up in the northwest corner, but we will still have some pretty breezy conditions through the afternoon and into the evening. But we do have a little bit more moisture in the air, so our humidity levels starting to go up. That's going to help out our fire concerns. So our red flag warning is actually dropped for today, except still parts of southern Colorado under that red flag warning today. And that moisture in the air that's giving us some of the humidity is going to help out our rain chance. Some isolated storms will be possible, and that even extends into our central locations. So parts of Albuquerque, Santa Fe, especially the higher up you go in elevation, you'll have a much better chance for getting some of that wet weather. But at the door now, most of us dry. We've got a few high clouds. We've been watching a few of these light sprinkles down into the south and east, really not accumulating to much. But as we go through the day, eastern locations, a pretty decent chance for some of the spot showers and storms. Could get some pockets of heavy rainfall right along the state line from New Mexico to Texas near Clovis and even Tucumcari. And then we could get one or two spots of some wet weather right through the central mountain chain for today. But again, a lot of the thunderstorms central and west are going to be on the dry side. But I do have the chance for spot storms in our planner for today in the metro. We'll have winds southwest 10 to 20 miles an hour through the day with temperatures in the mid and upper 80s today and the chance for spot storms. And overall, the temperatures, nothing too hot, not scorching temperatures. We'll have a lot of 70s and 80s for the northern tier. As we make our way southward, we are going to see temperatures in the 90s, but no triple digits today. Tomorrow, though, we are going to see the heat and the dry conditions return. So you see it in the 7-day forecast here. Spot mountain storm possible today in parts of southern Colorado, but we'll have the dry skies tomorrow. Dry and breezy today in the north and west with partly cloudy skies. Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles an hour. Could get gusts up to 40 with temperatures in the 70s and 80s. In the south and west, nearly widespread 90s with partly cloudy skies. Breezy winds southwest 15 to 25 miles an hour with gusts as high as 35. And we could get some isolated dry storms. A little bit better chance of some of the storms holding some moisture in the south and east later this afternoon and into our evening hours. Meanwhile, the temperatures will be in the mid 90s and the winds will be out of the south and west 10 to 30 miles an hour. Into the northeast today, isolated storms possible. A southwest wind 20 to 30 with gusts as high as 45 miles an hour. 80s and 90s for most of us today. Then into the northern mountains, we'll have 70s nearly widespread, but Espanola will climb to about 83 degrees and we'll have the chance for spot storms, especially at higher elevations today with a southwest wind 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusting at 40. The East Mountains today, isolated storms possible with the low to mid 80s, a southwest wind 15 to 25 with gusts as high as 35, and into the metro area upper 80s with the southwest wind 15 to 25 miles an hour and that chance for isolated storms. And again, the majority of the storms we'll see will be dry today. We saw it yesterday with just some of the thunderstorm clouds. You could see the rain falling, but it didn't actually reach the ground in most locations, and that's what we call virga. But some locations were lucky enough to get a few drops, and we could see that again today.
All right.